quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Back to the action after this word.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, y'all. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith. That's Shaquille O'Neal. Thanks for joining us. And, boy, a pumped-up home crowd is behind us right now. It was all about Cleveland as the game got going. Amped up and ready off the tip, they immediately went on an 11-4 run. And it was a 9-point lead for them as they finished the first quarter. Then in quarter number 2, they actually increased their intensity to pull further out in front, finishing with a double-digit advantage at the half. What'd you think, Shaq, about Cleveland?
Well, Kenny should appreciate this. I love the ball movement. They were in sync as a unit, and their assist numbers were impressive. Anytime you get 5 players working together like that instead of one guy doing it alone, it's always going to be a boost. That's the primary reason they're in control of the game.
And now, Kenny, let's get your opinion on Atlanta.
I think they're giving this game away because of their turnovers. I mean, you may not control everything that happens out there, but you do control how much you value each possession. I think coming out of the break, they need to be more efficient to close the gap in the score.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
Cleveland riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. We come back right after this.
Presence in the game, and that now you're starting to find players all over. And the great thing about the NBA is it doesn't matter where you come from, it just matters what type of skill set that you have. So I can see it being other paths to the NBA, but the NCAA is always going to be one in the fact that guys want to play for their state teams, and that's always going to be fun to watch. But thank God for basketball fans and athletes, there's a lot of paths to the NBA, which is the ultimate if you want to play basketball.
Absolutely. It up for Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. After 2 quarters, it's Denver out in front. They have the 6-point lead. Kenny, what do you think?
Efficiency, I think that's big. That's a key to success. You got to protect the basketball. You can't make those risky passes that lead to highlight film dunks. So I thought it was a great job.
Shaq, what'd you think about the Pistons?
I like the way they rebounded. They devoted a lot of energy down low, fighting for each other on the boards, and they helped keep this game tight. If they can continue to do that, it could easily be the factor that swings the game in their favor.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
Up, they lead by 1. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. Tonight, folks, for our broadcast, for Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. It's the first quarter. Lakers lead by 3. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. This is the halftime show on 2K Sports. A competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. At the end of the period, they held a 3-point lead. Taking a look at the Lakers. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
Really great rebounding effort, Ernie, so far. They're putting up some nice numbers in that category. That's the big difference in the first half.
Shaq, what did you think about New York?
Well, a lot of their points came in transition. They dictated the pace of the game. It was a fast pace. Put the defense back on its heels. I say keep attacking the second half. Do not slow down.
And time now to send you back down to the floor with Kevin Harlan. We'll see you later.
You don't want to give up easy layups, sure, but it's been a non-stop parade to the foul line.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Kristaps Porzingis.
And it's been another dominant night on the glass for him. Some of his other numbers might change from game to game, but you know he's going to give you double-digit rebounds. It's impossible to keep him off the glass. His energy level is that good.
For our broadcast, time for Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long and good night, everyone. Point lead heading into the next quarter, and their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And what a show being put on here for the home fans tonight. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. It's Brooklyn out in front at the half. They are leading by 12. And over to Shaq. What do you think about Brooklyn?
Well, they got a nice advantage in the free throw department. I wish I was a shooter. They've been the one taking the direct approach. They're driving the lane, being physical, and forcing the opposing D into tight spots. And that's got them a lot of points at the line and the lead.
Kenny, what's your take on Washington so far?
To me, they looked out of sync shooting the basketball. Under 40% for the first half. Some of it was poor shot selection, but mostly it just looked like they were out of rhythm. For the second half, they need to push more for buckets in transition. Get to the foul line a little bit more. Try to get back in the flow.
That's it for halftime. Glad you could join us, as now we send you back to the action for the start of the third quarter.
They've been playing some ferocious defense. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan player of the game, Markieff Morris.
And tell you what, he's worked very hard to get himself in good position throughout the course of this game. And that comes across in his shooting percentage. He's hit over half his shots from the field. And that's not because he got hot as much as it's because of the effort he put in to get himself open.
Wraps it up For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Point lead. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. We'll return shortly.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And what a show being put on here for the home fans tonight. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Big-time play throughout the first half for Jimmy Butler. He had 12 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 steal. And, Kenny, what did you see out there from the Timberwolves?
Boy, it was rough down there in the paint, and they were just dominant, taking it to the rack. But that's what you have to be willing to do. Take the action to the heart of the competition without any fear. That's why this is already a blowout.
Shaq, what'd you think about Philadelphia?
Well, there's no wonder they're getting blown out. No energy, no fight in the rebound battle. Ernie, you got to pick it up. You got to pick it up starting now, or it's going to be impossible to come back. Like the Pythagorean theorem, times 50, times 100, times 50, times 10. Impossible to figure out, Ernie.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
Timberwolves lead by 18. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Going after this from the American Airlines Center.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We so hope you enjoyed our first half. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. This is the halftime report. Kawhi Leonard is having one of those nights. He ended up with 17 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 steal. Coming off a great performance last game, tonight he looked like he had that same aggressive mindset. Kenny, what was your take on San Antonio?
Well, Kawhi Leonard, he went off. And what's really impressing me is how effortless it looks. He's reached that elite skill level to where every move he makes looks like money. Maybe the best defensive player in the league, he can now dictate the game on the offensive end.
And Shaq, what did you see from Dallas?
Well, if you can't shoot the ball, you might want to stop chucking it up. They keep trying the three, but it's not going down. They're relying too much on the three ball. Way too much. It's good when it's falling for you, but when it's not, you have to try something else.
So that'll do it for now as we send you courtside with Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K crew for the start of the second half.
Antonio, they've leaned on him for offense, and he hasn't let them down. He's now up to 23 points today. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here.
Yeah, and it's pretty clear that that 15-year run he's had as a starter, that window is rapidly closing, but still effective, just no longer the focal point that he once was.
Going to do it for now. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. And we'll see you next time. game so far. Kings lead by 15. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Witness so far to an upset here tonight. I'm Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You with us?
Huh? Yeah, he's kind of with you.
It's Sacramento with the advantage at the half. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, what's your take?
Well, they knocked the wind out of the defense in transition, converting fast break baskets in volume. It's a runaway lead right now. In fact, this looks like a track meet.
Shaq, what'd you think about Phoenix?
Way too soft in the paint defensively. They were all late on their rotations. Obviously, that's a recipe for getting cooked. And you know I like eating that barbecue chicken. They got to do better, Ernie.
So that'll do it for now as we send you courtside with Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K crew for the start of the second half.
Already, Kings ahead, delivering the blowout. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.